In today's story, I'll be telling you about an environmental activist whose work starts with her spending time with her head down in a dumpster. Hello, it's James from the Global Portrait Project, where I'm painting 193 portraits of 193 subjects, each from a different country, with each subject involved in their country in a positive environmental action. And this time it's the turn of country 48, Denmark. The subject for my portrait for Denmark is dumpster diver Sofie Juel Andersen. Making contact with Sofie included some of my own story. We both share a separate interest of competitive jigsaw solving and were introduced to each other by another Danish jigsaw solver, Olivia Volz. Thanks, Olivia. Sofie will be the first portrait subject from the project I meet in person at the Jigsaw World Championships later this month. Denmark is a country in the south-central portion of Northern Europe and is the most populous constituent of the Kingdom of Denmark, a constitutionally unitary state that includes the autonomous territories of the Faroe Islands and Greenland in the North Atlantic Ocean. It is the southernmost of the Scandinavian countries, sharing a short border with a country beginning with G. As of 2013, the Kingdom of Denmark, including the Faroe Islands and Greenland, had a total of 1,419 islands greater than 100 square metres in area. 443 of these have been named and 78 are inhabited. With a dense population and a high reliance on wood-burning stoves, air pollution is one of the main environmental issues in Denmark, along with a high amount of municipal waste. Because it won't be mentioned anywhere else in the project, I must also mention Greenland here. This vast country in the North Atlantic will be massively impacted by melting ice sheets and permafrost thawing if climate change continues unchecked. I normally focus in this section on the environmental problems countries face, but it would be wrong to not also mention the positive side of Denmark and how it has become a pioneer for sustainability, with renewable energy, waste management, waste recycling, and green transportation, including bicycling culture, all being part of the nation's holistic environmental mindset. Sofie Juel Andersen is an environmental activist from Denmark. She's on Instagram at dumpsterdivingwithsoph, where she regularly posts what she has found in supermarket dumpsters and what she subsequently does with this discarded produce. So, how did Sofie start? 4 years ago, Sofie was living in Australia and her sister sent her a photo of what she had found in a supermarket dumpster. Sofie wondered if the same could be found in Australia. Sofie reports, "What I found was an insane amount of good food, and then I've just never looked back since. In the beginning, it was a kind of treasure hunt for me. Now it has evolved into an everyday activism lifestyle." The story of Sofie's activism blew up on international media last year, where a number of global news outlets ran stories about her, highlighting that her annual food shopping bill was around €80, 70 British pounds or $90. She started off just salvaging fresh produce from bins, but quickly realised she could find most of her weekly shop discarded in waste. Sofie believes she saves thousands of pounds yearly. This activity and publicising the level of waste has become a mission for her. She says so much good food is wasted and supermarkets know there are people out there who can't afford to eat. Sofie only forages in supermarket bins and recommends anyone checks the local law first as to whether dumpster diving is legal in their area. When Sofie finds a glut of any specific produce, she either adds it to her store cupboard or shares it around. Sofie identifies that supermarkets throw items out for many reasons, including vegetables not conforming to perceived normal shapes, or entire crates of items thrown out because one item was damaged and leaked. The most common reason is goods just going past their best before or expiry dates. This discarded resource then becomes food pollution, usually ending up in landfill. Sofie endeavours to use up every bit of food she rescues and has become an experimental cook. She even contributed to Christmas dinner for her family with dumpster finds. Sofie charts her dumpster diving journey on her Instagram page, and the beautiful food she rescues and the great use she makes of her finds are a joy to see. I would really encourage everyone to visit her page and follow her on this inspirational journey. On a personal level, Sofie is reducing her waste, and by highlighting the valuable resources being discarded daily, it would be hoped it might make some supermarket businesses reconsider why they throw some perfectly good food out, and whether some of the discarded items could be directed towards people in need, helping the community and reducing food pollution. If you'd like to find out more about Sofie and dumpster diving, I've put some links in the description below, including a link to her Instagram page. Final words from Sofie are: food should be eaten by people, not dumpsters. There is more information about this painting and how to get involved with the Global Portrait Project on the website and Instagram page, and the links are in the description below. Next time, we'll be meeting someone at the heart of environmentalism in Djibouti.